afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Breaking right now, police say 3 people are dead, including 2 children in a Middleton homicide.
The Sunday night incident has shocked those who live in the area. News 3 Now's Kyle Pozorski is live from the apartment where this happened. Kyle?
This neighborhood that you're seeing here behind me on Maywood Avenue near Lake Mendota is quiet now, but last night around 8, things looked a lot different. Police say once they got here, they saw a man come running outside saying he'd been shot. First responders rushed that man to the hospital where he is reportedly in stable condition. In the meantime, officers entered the unit to find the 3 other victims all dead. 2 of the people killed are kids. I talked with several neighbors today, one telling me what he witnessed.
So I was just like, on a call with some friends. I was going to go to one of my friends' house, and I just heard like gunshots, like 6 or 7 gunshots go off. And I also heard a guy scream.
Middleton police have treated this as a homicide investigation. We learned more about the 2 kids killed this afternoon when the Middleton Cross Plains School District released a statement confirming 2 of the dead were students at Sauk Trail Elementary, a school less than a block away from here. Many people I spoke with today say in their many years of living at this complex, they've never heard or seen anything like this happening. And of course, we'll continue to bring you more information as we learn it on News 3 Now and Channel3000.com. Reporting in Middleton, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. Our breaking news coverage continues in Dodge County, where police are investigating 2 people dead at 2 different places.
Braden Ross is at the scene of one of those deaths with what we know right now. Braden?
One of those deaths happened in the emergency room lobby here at the Prairie Ridge Health Center in Columbus, right behind me. Now, Columbus Police and the Dodge County Sheriff's Office are investigating that death in connection with another at a home on Oak Grove Road in the town of Elba. Police haven't released much information, just telling us that one person died inside that home in Elba and another in the emergency room lobby, like I mentioned. Tomorrow, police have told me that they are going to release more information about the investigation, like who died and what happened. Police told me they couldn't tell me any of that today because they're still working to notify the family of those dead. I also attempted to try and talk to folks in town about this because obviously death investigations don't happen here very often. No one wanted to talk to me on camera. Back here at the hospital, the scene is clear. Things are quiet around here. You wouldn't even be able to tell that a death happened just a few hundred feet away from me earlier this morning. For now, in Columbus, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
For context, here's some data from the Wisconsin Department of Justice on the latest homicide numbers. In Dane County, there were 12 homicides in 2022 and 16 homicides reported back in 2021 and 2020. In Dodge County, there was only 1 homicide in 2022 and no homicides reported in 2020 or 2021. Numbers have not yet been released for the year 2023.
Let's get a quick check on the weather. If you enjoyed today's weather, there is more where that came from. Jacob is out on the patio. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Susan. I almost feel bad for those that want the cold and the snow for all the winter activities because it's only going to get milder and there's no end in sight to these above average temperatures as we head into March. Now, current conditions, we're seeing partly cloudy skies. For the most part, that's been the case throughout the day. Current temperature is 44 degrees with some clouds, and that's the case for a lot of our area. If we take a look at the visible cloud track, we've just been seeing some passing clouds, and you can see not a lot of snow on the ground, but there is some snow up near Fond du Lac. In general, though, we haven't seen any precipitation the last few days, and we're also not going to see much for the next couple of days. So here's a look at the current temperatures, mostly in the middle 40s across Dane County. Taking a look across our entire region, a few locations are close to 50. Wouldn't be surprised if there are a few towns actually in the 50s. Just all of the towns listed on this graphic are in the middle to upper 40s. But we are going to see more above average temperatures. And here's a look at the past 2 weeks. This past Friday and Saturday, those 2 days were below average, but other than that, we've been above average each and every day since January 21st. So by the time we get to Wednesday, that'll be about a month, and we're going to continue to see above average temperatures. So here's a look at the next 2 weeks. It will rise and fall over the next 10 to 15 days, but for the most part, we're still going to be in that above average range. Now for the evening, we'll see the clouds kind of clear out, especially by the time we get to tomorrow morning with temperatures in the 30s. Not going to see the lows too cold tonight. We'll see lows in the upper 20s for the most part. Now I'll have more details on the warm weather and talk about our next chance of rain, which won't be for a while, but I'll still talk about that a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, we'll check back in just a little bit. A human rights group in Russia says more than 350 people were arrested over the weekend as they mourn the death of opposition leader Alexei Navalny. In a video message, Navalny's widow Yulia vowed to continue her husband's work to build a free Russia and to reveal the names of those involved in his death. While at Moscow's Solovetsky Stone, a monument to the victims of political repression, supporters continue to leave flowers in memory of Navalny across the country. Tributes to the late opposition leader have been swept away, and hundreds have been arrested for daring to honor Navalny so publicly. 6 days of hearings begin today at the United Nations International Court of Justice at The Hague, where 15 judges will consider the legality of the borders between Israel and the Palestinians. The Palestinian claimed territory. Though the decision is not legally binding, it will cast a crucial view on the decades-long conflict, which reignited after the Hamas terror attack in Israel on October 7th.
A surprise confession from an American murder suspect at a trial in Germany today. 31-year-old Troy Philip B. hid his face as he arrived in a German courtroom. The Michigan man confessed to raping a 21-year-old American tourist on a secluded hiking trail near Bavaria's famous Neuschwanstein Castle just last June before pushing the victim down a steep slope, killing her. He also admitted pushing the woman's 22-year-old friend down the same ravine. She survived. Republicans go to the polls in South Carolina on Saturday. It is the next state in the race to lock up the GOP nomination. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley used the President's Day holiday to meet as many voters as possible in her own bid to become president. Haley is trailing in the polls in her home state to former President Donald Trump by double digits.
Do we really need to say the best we can do are two 80-year-old candidates? Because we need someone who can serve 8 years, fully disciplined, no drama, no vendettas, just results and getting work done for the American people.
Trump will hold a rally in Greenville, South Carolina tomorrow night. Another top story today comes from the state capitol. The governor has made a decision on the state's new legislative district maps.
Our political reporter Will Keneally will join us with the details on Governor Evers' choice and what it means next at 4.
There's never been a better time for a fresh start with Feldco.
Jumpstart your home's upgrade this month with 40% off Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Warmer weather's on its way. Tackle your to-do list early and enjoy comfort and curb appeal all season long. Plus, no interest until 2025.
Let the experts at Feldco upgrade your home this season. But hurry, 40% off won't last long. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
It's implausible.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
It's the Fantastic 4-Day sale at Denver Mattress. That's 4 fantastic days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. 4 days to check out the fantastic Summit Queen for only $299.99. Or score fantastic deals on Tempur-Pedic with up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets, plus a $300 gift, plus 6 years new interest and free shipping. As improbable as it seems, the Fantastic 4-Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. Join the media sales team at Television Wisconsin and be part of something bigger. If you're passionate about helping local businesses succeed, apply today at channel3000.com. We're not just hiring, we're building careers.
Welcome back. It is political news more than a decade in the making.
The governor signed new legislative maps into law today, which are expected to give Democrats a better chance at winning seats in the Capitol this fall. Political reporter Will Keneally has more.
Well, that's right. This really has been such a big deal in Wisconsin politics, and I want to give you a couple numbers here. So 22-11, that's the breakdown in the state Senate right now, where Republicans outnumber Democrats 2-1. Now that's under the old maps. Under the new maps, that becomes about a half-and-half split, 17 Republicans and 16 Democrats. Now that's a compromise reached to avoid the liberal state Supreme Court weighing in on the legislative maps. Now I want to share a quick soundbite from the governor during the signing ceremony this morning, but take a listen to just how excited the crowd is here.
Wisconsin is not a red state. It is not a blue state. Wisconsin is a purple state, and I believe our map should reflect that basic fact.
Now, that level of excitement, that's really just not something that you often hear at these press conferences. Democrats were very excited about the prospect of these new maps. Now, we'll see the governor go back to the state Supreme Court. He just wants to clarify that these maps will be in place now instead of later for the fall elections.
Have we heard any reaction from Republicans? How do they feel about this?
It's been interesting because they were the ones that actually gave Evers the maps, and these are the Evers drawn maps. They've essentially said is kind of the best case scenario of a couple of bad options for them. The state Supreme Court was considering 4 different maps. These are the friendliest for Republicans, so they're saying we will just make our best case to voters coming up this fall.
Interesting. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
Well, for the second time this month, a weather phenomenon called an atmospheric river has parked itself over California. The slow-moving storms are soaking the state with several inches of rain, prompting officials to warn people about flash flooding and mudslides. In Ventura County, fire crews are diverting runoff from the foothills to storm drains and away from roads to help commuters.
There's lots of hillsides, lots of falling rocks and trees, so the roads are very hazardous. Plus, there's some flooding in the lower lying areas. So again, we like to urge people to stay off the roads if they can.
Driving is also difficult in Northern California's Sierra Nevada mountain range, where up to 6 feet of snow is expected before the storm moves out. The wet conditions are expected to hover over the state through Wednesday. California needs the precipitation as the state lags behind its average snowpack totals.
New today, the Wall Street Journal reports Capital One is buying Discover Financial Services. The deal would combine 2 of the largest credit card companies in the U.S. The all-stock deal could be announced as early as tomorrow. Capital One uses MasterCard and Visa for most of its cards. The Journal reports Capital One plans to switch at least some of them to the Discover network and keep the Discover brand. The European Union has launched a formal investigation into TikTok to determine whether the company is doing enough to protect minors on its platform, as well as examine other suspected violations. The commission will assess whether the Chinese-owned company is complying with requirements to mitigate the risk of users becoming addicted to their content and to safeguard minors' privacy and safety.
Let's head over to the Weather Center. Jacob is looking at what appears to be a very spring-like forecast. Hi, Jacob.
Yeah, hi, Susan. While the western half of the United States is dealing with a lot of precipitation, Most of the central and eastern United States very dry, and that includes us. We're going to be pushing 50 tomorrow through Thursday with very little rain and snow chances through next weekend. And we also are tracking some storms by next week, and that really is our next chance of precipitation. So first, let's take a look outside. Once again, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are very mild at this time, and we're not the only area dealing with a lot of sunshine. Here's a look at the current radar for the central and eastern half of the United States. Almost no precipitation as it is kind of staying out west in the Rocky Mountain region and in the West Coast. Here's a look at the forecast for tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine by the time we get to the afternoon. We'll have high temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s. It's not 100% sure if Madison will get to 50, but we'll be right around there. And if we don't get to 50 on Tuesday, we likely will on Wednesday. We have a forecasted high of 53, and Thursday we could also hit 50. Now for Friday and Saturday, we'll be a bit colder, but still above average for this time of the year. And then we'll be back in the middle 50s for next week. And Tuesdays is when we're going to see that rain chance. So Sunday and Monday will still be dry, but Tuesday we will likely see some rainfall. So here's a look at the forecast for this week. I'm just going to let this roll through really the entire week. All we're going to see is some on and off cloud cover, pretty much a 0% chance of precipitation. Maybe Wednesday night we could see a little bit of rain, but it looks like that will stay to the south of us. We're going to be dry again for Friday, although as I mentioned, it'll be cooler, and that's because the winds will be shifting out of the northwest. So very dry conditions for the next 7 days. But as we look towards the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, we are expected to see more precipitation move into our area. Now this is Tuesday of next week, so this is over 7 days out, and we could also see some thunderstorms on top of the rain. Now before I show you the 7-day forecast, here's a look at our weather photo of the day. This was sent in by Linda from Columbus, showing the sun behind the clouds, nice and pretty there with the snow on the ground. So thank you, Linda, for submitting your photo. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast for Madison. Some breezy conditions Friday and then again on Sunday, but no precipitation until Monday night into Tuesday. And that precipitation next week will cool things off a bit as we are going to see temperatures in the 40s, possibly upper 30s. But for the most part, you know, still going to be at or possibly even still above average. For the most part, though, enjoy the mild weather. And for those of you that are a fan of the cold weather, it doesn't look like we're going to see any very cold weather anytime soon, if at all, for the rest of this winter.
Jacob, thank you. Well, finally, there's a little more love at the box office as moviegoers were jamming this weekend.
Will Loper looks at the latest biopic on Bob Marley in this week's edition of the Loper Report.
Hey, Charlotte and Susan. A better-than-expected box office weekend saw the biopic Bob Marley One Love outsing its competition, winning #1 with $27 million.
Redemption songs.
When you write that?
All my life.
The film covers the Jamaican reggae singer's life, mostly between 1976 and 1978, depicting his assassination attempt, recording of the album Exodus, and his return to Jamaica to play in the One Love Peace concert.
You know you're a superstar.
Kingsley Ben-Adir portrays Marley in a satisfactory fashion, but the film itself is a fairly standard biopic. The music is a highlight, of course, but the rest of the movie really never takes off. Wait to watch Bob Marley One Love until it's streaming at home. Also in theaters and struggling to swing its way to box office success is the latest Sony superhero flick, Madam Web, landing in second place and making just $15 million.
I don't understand what's happening. I've been having visions.
Dakota Johnson plays Cassie, whose pregnant mother was bit by a spider in the Amazon. So that means when Cassie gets flung into water as an adult, she can now see the future.
This is an emergency. Get off the train. That man's trying to kill you. What? Who are you? What is going on?
If this all sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. Even with all that, the movie somehow manages to be boring. It's a rinse and repeat of Cassie seeing the future, stopping the bad guy, and moving to a new location.
You don't think this is weird? How we're all connected?
There is potential in a superhero who fights by seeing the future, but Madam Web is not it. For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
Now!
There's a vital fundraiser coming up for a local organization to help with operations, but also supports outstanding community members and other organizations.
Hearts for Helping is back in the 608. Find out what you can do to support the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County later this week when Live at 4 returns.
You don't want to just beautify your home. You want Fry Construction to beautify your home. Their reputation for quick and painless, impeccable work is why they've been awarded Best of Madison 4 years in a row. Get your home improvement project started today to bring your remodeling dreams to reality. Don't just beautify, beautify. Visit fryconstruction.com.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now for a special offer to receive 50% off. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Hearts for Helping returns in the 608 this week. It is one of the biggest events of the year, supporting the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County.
Josh Spreiter reports from downtown Madison on how you can take part.
We were at the Madison Concourse Hotel where Hearts for Helping will be returning this weekend. I want to bring in Laura Ford Harris of the Boys and Girls Club. Laura, it is so good to see you again.
Great to see you also, Josh. Are you ready?
I am ready. This is such a big, vital fundraiser for what you have going on at the organization.
Absolutely. The Boys and Girls Club's Hearts for Helping is our signature gala. Takes place Friday, February 23rd at 5 p.m. We start off with networking, heavy hors d'oeuvres, music and dancing. 7 p.m. the program starts. We'll have some awards. We'll honor amazing partners like News 3 Now, who is a sponsor of this event. Then we'll have a silent auction, live auction. There'll be so many amazing things going on. But wait, it's followed by a Prince concert. We have the Prince Experience featuring Gabriel Sanchez as our main entertainment this year.
Which is why we are sporting our purple today, because this is going to be a huge hit. And it's all about celebrating what we have going on in the community.
Absolutely. You'll be able to to enjoy your Purple Rain or your Little Red Corvette while you learn about the amazing things that the Boys and Girls Clubs is doing here in the community. Our school-based program, our club-based program, and our workforce program. We're going to celebrate and honor our sponsors. We're going to celebrate and honor amazing people who have supported Boys and Girls Club like News 3 Now. And then we're going to have this amazing concert. I mean, this is a full-blown concert that'll take place right here at the Madison Concourse Hotel.
So you mentioned that silent auction. Talk about some of those items because there are some big hot ticket items.
There are. We have amazing experiences where you might have dinners with friends. We have trips to like Aruba and Barbados. And our top item this year is a signed platinum album from Taylor Swift.
Holy cow, that is amazing. And really the whole point of this is getting back and supporting what you guys have going on so you can give back to the community even more.
Absolutely. We raise these funds for the programs, the food programs, the school-based program, all of the activities that we do here in the community. No one is ever turned away for their inability to pay in Boys and Girls Club. So we have to raise these funds to ensure that every youth in this community has access to the resources that they need and deserve.
Laura Ford Harris of the Boys and Girls Club. Laura, so good to see you. Here's to celebrating this Friday.
Absolutely. I can't wait for it to happen. I'm just going to stay here for the next 5 days.
Deal. I'll be right there along with you. Good to see you.
So much.
If you'd like to learn more about Hearts for Helping and how you can support the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. Moving forward in Madison, I'm Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Thank you very much, Josh. We will have an update on the death investigations going on in Middleton and Columbus.
And construction begins today on the new bus rapid transit stations downtown. We'll tell you where the 2 stations are going and when they'll be done the next half hour of Live at 4.
Can your roof handle our Wisconsin winters? If you're tired of repairing leaks and replacing shingles after each storm, call us, the metal experts at Sweeto Metal Roofing.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. Options start at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-914-3131 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-914-3131. There's no risk or obligation. 1-800-914-3131. Call now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now live at 4. Moving forward.
Breaking out of Dodge County, police are investigating 2 people dead at 2 different locations.
So I was just like, on a call with some friends. I was gonna go to one of my friends' house, and I just heard like gunshots, like 6 or 7 gunshots go off, and I also heard a guy scream.
And 3 people are dead in Middleton. We'll have the very latest.
First, let's get a check on the forecast. Here's a look outside. It's still only February. Winter people are not going to like this weather, but it feels like spring. Jacob is on the patio with more. Jacob?
Yeah, it feels like spring again here in southern Wisconsin for February. Temperatures right now are in the 40s for a lot of locations, and they're only going to warm up over the next couple of days. Now, for the most part, we've seen partly cloudy skies, just a few passing clouds here and there throughout the day. Here's a look at visible cloud track, but we haven't seen really any precipitation, and we aren't going to see much precipitation for the next week or so. So here's a look at the current temperatures across Dane County, mostly in the middle to upper 40s. A few locations are close to 50, especially out near Iowa. I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few smaller towns not on this graphic that are indeed in the 50s, but if we don't hit the if we're not hitting the 50s today, we will hit the 50s tomorrow. I'm not sure if you hear, but there are a lot of birds out here. They're pretty loud. I'm not sure if it's picking up on my mic, but anyway, here's a look at the high temperatures from the last 2 weeks. Notice that they're almost all above average, with the exception of Friday and Saturday just a few days ago. And for the next week or so, we're also going to remain above average. Now, I'll talk more in detail about this coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Our breaking news coverage continues in Dodge County, where police are investigating 2 people dead at 2 different locations.
So here's what we know right now. One of those deaths happened inside the emergency room lobby at Prairie Ridge Health Center. Columbus Police and the Dodge County Sheriff's Office are investigating that death in connection with another at a home on Oak Grove Road. That's in the town of Elba. Police haven't released much information. They have said one person died inside a home in Elba and another in the emergency room lobby. Police say they will release more information about the investigation, such as who died and what happened tomorrow. Police told News 3 Now they are still working to notify the family of those killed. Police say 3 people are dead, including 2 children, in a Middleton homicide. Police say this happened around 8 o'clock Sunday night. Once they got there, they saw a man running outside saying he'd been shot. First responders rushed that man to the hospital, where he is reportedly in stable condition. In the meantime, officers entered a different unit and found the 3 other victims, all dead. 2 of the people killed were children. News 3 Now will continue to bring you updates throughout the evening on this developing story.
Work on the downtown stations for the bus rapid transit system on State Street and the Capitol Square begins today. The 2 stations will be under construction until late April. Madison has been planning for bus rapid transit since about 2012. Construction will be complete this year in late summer and will open for service this fall. The governor signed new legislative maps into law today, which comes after more than a decade of Democrats pushing for what they call fair maps. The new maps will create more competitive districts and could see Democrats gain the majority in at least one of the chambers in the legislature.
No Wall Street prices today. The stock market was closed for the President's Day holiday. We'll be right back.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Before USA Insulation, one room was colder than the other. It was harder to keep the temperature at a good level. At that point, we realized that we needed to check into the walls and see what was going on. It's an older house. After USA Insulation came in and put the foam in, we noticed almost immediately the following month was about a $40 decrease in our bill. The following month after that, it was around $50, $55. So we started seeing results almost immediately after they put the insulation in.
USA Insulation.
Don't delay. The Brothers Maine President's Day sale is happening now. Save store-wide on top brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana. We have the area's largest selection and lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers, Maine.
There's no telling what's in store with Wisconsin Lottery scratch games. It's paradise. In this $5 game, if the total for any one roll equals 7, you win the corresponding prize. You could also win double or 5 times the prize, up to $50,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. So I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 14 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
South Central, Wisconsin, where people unite for a brighter future and businesses thrive. And the food, oh, the food. Resilient, unwavering, always moving forward. Now, here's the deal. We've got our fair share of challenges, but here's the kicker. We own up to them. We advocate for change. We celebrate the good and we fix the bad. No settling, no backing down. That's our commitment to you. News 3 Now, always moving forward.
Well, take a look at this. A unique winter weather vehicle was used to execute a thin ice rescue in Michigan after a call for help came a mile from shore on this frozen lake. Police used a rescue airboat to reach a man that went through the fractured ice while riding a 4-wheeler. Once the victim was safe, rescuers went above and beyond the call, so to speak, returning to the splintered ice to retrieve the driver's cell phone. They actually got his phone, too.
Well, it is President's Day, which means sales are abundant and businesses and schools around the country, well, they're closed. While the federal holiday began as a way to honor George Washington's birthday, it now honors all 46 past and current presidents. In 1968, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Uniform Holiday Bill mandating President's Day, Memorial Day, and Labor Day all happen on Mondays to prevent midweek shutdowns and to create longer weekends.
Starbucks has opened its first cafe designed to give disabled customers more accessibility. Charlotte is clapping. Cheers for that. The store in Washington, D.C. includes softer indoor lights in addition to soundproofing and a lot less clutter at the front of the store. It also has lower counters where coffee and food is placed for pickup for wheelchair accessibility. All renovated and new cafes will implement these new design features. That's very cool.
That's great. 4 chimpanzees celebrated their birthdays together at South Australia's Monarto Safari Park, and they were treated to snack-filled presents. One of the chimps celebrating a birthday in February was named Hope by Dr. Jane Goodall. Gombe, a male, turned 31. Sandali, another male, turns 28. And Galatea, a female, will be 25 in just a few weeks.
And fun to watch.
Well, Jacob has a look at your first warn forecast for the last full week of February.
And then we'll go cruising in a new luxury mid-sized SUV from Volvo with a refreshed design. We'll find out what Harvey Briggs has to say when we go behind the wheel next on Live at 4.
We're taking this bad boy to the house here at the Madison Curling Club in our Midwest Money Minute. Oh, yeah. Welcome into your Midwest Money Minute, brought to you by Midwest Financial Group and Mr. Matt Copeland. So you know Matt, he is all about bringing you creative ways of how you can really correlate your money with new and different ideas. And today is no different. So we're curling today, and we're talking really about how this rock symbolizes your money.
Well, as I learned today, this place is amazing, and the goal of this is to get it all the way down to the other end and score, right, and win. And it's just like your retirement or saving for any sort of education expense or whatever it might take. There's a journey.
Sure.
And it won't always go straight, but you got to get there.
Neither one of us had ever curled.
Never.
We were a little nervous and uneasy, which is, I imagine, how people feel before they head into their first meeting with a financial advisor.
It is. I mean, normally, a lot of times I'm the expert of the subject matter, but today, Bernie, here at the Madison Curling Club, he had to teach me, he had to guide me. Definitely felt better after speaking with him than I did the first moment I stepped on the ice, and before you knew it, we threw the stone down towards the goal, learned a little bit about the game along the way. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Let's talk about having a partner, having some key people as that expert to lean on. I wouldn't want to curl by myself. Nobody's sweeping for me. Nobody's at the end being my skip.
Teammates in this sport are invaluable, and I think with finances and planning for your retirement and your future, it's the same way.
Matt and his team, they will be your skip any day in the financial world. Midwest Financial Group, come and see him. And come down to the Madison Curling Club. We had a great time.
It was a blast, yeah.
Right? And now we know how to sweep. We know all this good stuff. I'm Emmy Fink. He's Matt Coupland, and
you're buzzed into Madison.
That's right.
Your energy bills have never been higher, up 30 to 60% depending on how you heat your home. Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services. We can help lower your energy bills and make your home more cozy. It starts with a visit by our Dr. Energy Saver team. We'll pinpoint your problem areas and show you how we can help. And now's the time to call. With 75% off installation labor, financing for 60 months, and a $100 Visa gift card when you sign up for a Dr. Energy Saver package. Call now because this doctor makes house calls.
Washington's proposed capital regulation comes with a steep price tag, and they're forcing Americans to foot the bill. Their new plan will make loans more expensive, increasing the cost of mortgages and car payments. And it will hurt small businesses, making it harder for them to access credit, meet payroll, and run their operations. All while budgets are already stretched by inflation and an uncertain economy. Washington needs to know this capital regulation is another bill Americans can't afford.
We're giving the weather satellite a spin, and we are ending up on this President's Day in, of course, Washington, D.C., and it's 47 degrees.
Sun is setting in the nation's capital.
So when you think of a Volvo, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Well, for most people, it truly is safety.
That is Volvo's brand. And in the 2024 mid-sized SUV, there's a little luxury and class thrown in with the latest hybrid technology. Let's go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the 2024 Volvo XC60. What do we have today?
Hey, we're in the Volvo XC60. This is a mid-size premium crossover.
Now, is it my imagination or are those bigger tires than
These
normal?
are much bigger than normal. These are 22-inch wheels on this. They give it a really nice look, but frankly, they kind of compromise ride quality a little bit because what you see how low that sidewall is on the tire. That means it doesn't compress very much. So now the suspension has to do all that work. This is a plug-in hybrid. All Volvos are hybrid in some form or fully electric. So you can buy the base XC60, which will be a mild hybrid. You don't have a plug. It just does its thing. This is the plug-in hybrid. You charge it overnight, and you can drive up to 35 miles without using any gas. And this you can plug into a regular 110 outlet.
What is this?
This is the shift knob, and this is an Orifors crystal shift knob. This is a Scandinavian company that produces, glass, and because they're from the same country that Volvo's made in, they decided to put these in as a centerpiece.
Very elegant. It looks like something on top of a perfume bottle. Or champagne bottle.
There you go. With these 22-inch tires, you can feel as we go over these bumps, it's just not as supple. You can feel all the little imperfections in the pavement. You were to accelerate away from a stop, and we're not going to go very fast because we're in a neighborhood, but...
Oh, hello. Oh, wow.
You can feel how quickly that went from 0 to 30.
Anything that you thought, maybe they missed the mark a little bit?
I like plug-in hybrids because they give you that ability to drive electric, all electric around town, but then if you have to take a road trip, you have the confidence of knowing all you have to do is put gas in it and you can drive it normally.
Right.
But 35 miles feels just a little short for
35 miles on a charge.
On a charge. It feels like, yeah, you can probably drive. I probably get most of my driving done every day with that range, but most people are in the 40s now with that, so I think they could be a little more competitive there. Hey, Google, turn the temperature up to 72 degrees.
Got it. Changing the temperature to 72 degrees.
But are you paying for all of that?
That is standard with this, and there's no subscription fee or anything on top of that.
It's very elegant.
You see really nice surfaces like, you know, these metal accents, the driftwood panels. The thing I find interesting are these seats.
I love the seats.
People have always thought of premium seats as leather, but these are wool.
So I think there's something about a Scandinavian car. It's like this car understands me. You know what I mean? It understands my climate. There's a kismet thing going. And Harvey is with us in the studio. Yeah, you know, in this neck of the woods, we get
I think that you might have found your soulmate here.
I loved it. It's very expensive, though. We didn't talk about the cost of it.
Yeah, this, at that premium level, you're talking about $76,000 for that top-of-the-line plug-in hybrid Volvo with all the options. Now, they come in starting price around $40,000, so there's a lot of headroom there.
There's a lot of buildup.
You know, you start with just a regular hybrid motor. This is a plug-in hybrid. That's another $10,000. You know, so there's a lot of options you can do. But the base XC60 is a really nice premium SUV in and of itself.
Wow, but the interior, I'm looking at them thinking, I can't have my kids in that car. That's like the special living room with the plastic on it.
Well,
you know,
I'm sure they've Scotch guarded all that stuff as well. So yeah, no, it's nice to see a different material in premium interiors now. It's been leather for so long, and to do something that, you know, the buzzword now is doing vegan interiors in cars. So trying to take the leather out and be more environmentally friendly.
And you couldn't really see, I loved the color, because when the sun came out, it looked silver, but when the sun went behind the clouds, it looked almost gold.
Yeah, it's kind of that champagne look, and it really is a nice color. Volvo does good colors.
And talk about the neat factor about the little flags.
Well,
I forgot to ask you about that.
Yeah, all you know, on the stitching of the seat, or maybe in a little engraving on the metal trim, you'll see little Swedish flags throughout the car. It's just their little thing to remind people where they're from.
See, that keep your kids busy for hours.
Totally.
Count the Swedish flags.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Harvey. You can read much more about it at ridesanddrives.com. We'll see you soon.
Great. Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Jacob,
just kidding.
take it away.
First to Jacob.
I'm right here. Let's take a look at the
the
forecast.
rehearsal.
No problem. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know. We are going to see very mild temperatures the next couple of days. We'll be pushing 50 degrees tomorrow through Thursday. And we also aren't going to see much precipitation at all over the next 7 days. But we do have a chance of some rain, possibly some thunderstorms next Tuesday, which is 8 days from now. But until then, we aren't expected to see much precipitation. And looking at the current radar across the eastern half of the United States, much of the United States dealing with these dry conditions. That includes the Great Lakes, Central Plains, also the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Now here's a look at the forecast for tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures around 50 with plenty of sunshine. It's going to feel like spring tomorrow, and it's going to feel like spring Wednesday and Thursday as well, as those high temperatures will likely get into the 50s for a few locations, especially on Wednesday. Now Wednesday we'll see a little bit more cloud cover, but we're still not expected to see precipitation. Friday and Saturday will be cooler, but then we're going to be back in the 50s by Sunday, and that will continue for Monday and Tuesday. Now here's a look at the forecast for this week. Precipitation-wise, all we're really going to see is some on and off cloud cover. And even though we are going to see quite a bit of cloud cover, especially during the day on Wednesday, we're not expecting to see any rain, maybe in the far southern portions of our area, but it looks like that rain will stay to the south of us. If it does rain, it's going to be very light and it's going to be very brief. By the time we get to Friday, when temperatures cool down, it'll be because the winds are going to shift out of the northwest, but still going to be above average for this time of the year as we continue to be dry for the weekend as well. Now, here's a look at the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. It shows that we are going to start to see a little bit more moisture across our area, and this will mostly be for the system that we're going to see next Tuesday, with temperatures likely going to drop after that system. So here's a look at the full 7 to 10 day forecast. 50s the next few days, 50s to start next week as well. Then we have a chance of some rain with some possible storms next Tuesday. We'll keep an update on that potential system, but it looks like temperatures will cool down afterwards with highs in the 40s and upper 30s for the middle of next week. But I mean, for the next 7 days, it's going to feel like spring for the most part. Friday and Saturday will still be a bit cooler, but still above average for this time of the year. I know all the cold and snow lovers are upset. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm a fan of snow, but I'm also not a fan of the cold with no snow. So I'll definitely take this weather. If we're not going to get snow, might as well get the nice weather.
50s.
I know.
That's a lot of 50s.
Yeah, multiple days. And even tomorrow, the forecast is 49. You could easily get 50 tomorrow.
When is the first day of spring? Do you know?
Well, astronomically, it's March 22nd. That's what most people use.
Right.
Meteorologically, we say March 1st just to keep it nice and easy, the three months at a time thing. But technically, it's March 22nd.
March 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much,
Jacob.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Gary Canolti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Experience the Rhine River September 9th through the 20th. We'll cruise the scenic Rhine aboard a luxurious Amadeus cruise ship. Explore the splendors of Switzerland, Germany, France, and Amsterdam as we make our way down this spellbinding river. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Save big right now at Menards. Breathe in fresh, clean air with Best Air air filters. They capture airborne allergens like dust, pollen, and mold spores, ensuring the best overall performance of your HVAC system. On sale for $19.99 after rebate. Create your dream bathroom with Sterling tubs and showers that fit your style and budget. Like this Sterling Ensemble shower. Its durable high gloss finish provides lasting beauty. Get it now for $679.98.
Save big money at Menards.
The best President's Day sale is at Hy-Vee. 6-pack Coke products, just $2.99. Lay's or kettle cooked chips, just $1.99. Basket and bushel strawberries, just $1.99 for a 1-pound pack. Hy-Vee ice cream, just $1.98. 8-ounce Hy-Vee Choice Reserve sirloin fillets, just $3.99. And Sara Lee honey wheat bread, just $1.99. Don't miss the President's Day sale, Monday only at Hy-Vee.
Moving forward at 5, 2 mysterious deaths, one shared connection. Tonight, we unravel the details behind a joint investigation in Columbus. Braden Ross tracking down what happened. That's coming up next on News 3 Now at 5.
This small southern Wisconsin town found its identity through some of the biggest names in American history.
There's no other city of presidents.
See how Cuba City made a new name for itself as the City of Presidents. Tonight at 6, moving forward.
In health news today, wearing fitness trackers could provide a health boost to the elderly. Researchers in Japan gave accelerometers to elderly patients in a care center and found they spent less time sitting, took more steps, and had higher levels of light physical activity. They say it shows even patients with mobility issues or who need regular care can still help themselves with simple self-monitoring of activity.
New research at the University of Colorado found evidence that antidepressant use in pregnancy could potentially affect fetal brain development. The study in mice found higher levels of serotonin due to antidepressants influenced connections in the brain. brain. They say disruptions during brain development could contribute to mental health issues.
February is American Heart Month, and many U.S. adults don't realize how sleep can affect their heart health. Studies show 1 in 3 American adults reports having trouble sleeping. Poor sleep is linked to an increased risk of high blood pressure, heart inflammation, and diabetes.
When we're not sleeping as much, we tend to have more of the hormone ghrelin that makes us want to eat more, and less of the one that tells us leptin that tells us to stop eating. So we eat more, we go for the higher sugar, higher fat foods, and that can lead to obesity and diabetes problems.
Sleep experts say having a small, healthy snack before bed can help, so can limiting alcohol, caffeine, and excess liquids. Another tip, cutting down on screen time.
We'll be right back.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
That's a great deal. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Now's the time for a new Leisure Concepts hot tub, so check out this amazing special purchase. This 6x7 foot hot tub seats 4 adults beautifully, has a powerful 3-horse jet pump, LED lights, 24 stainless steel jets, and a thick winterproof cover. The best part, right now it's just $59.95, and that includes delivery and training. Just $59.95 for all this. Get to Leisure Concepts ASAP and get yours delivered now.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you big time money on snacks.
10 to 15-ounce Craven pretzels, $1.69 a bag. Or 8-ounce Craven chips, just $1.99 a bag.
My caramba, hot prices on snacks.
Pretzels, $1.69, or chips, $1.99.
Hey, these taste just like the national brands, but they're half the price.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
It's Woodman's.
Attention Wisconsin residents. If you're looking for individual or family dental coverage and want a dental plan that fits your needs, Momentum Insurance can help. We are a locally owned Madison-based insurance company and a trusted provider of all dental insurance needs with friendly, helpful customer service and high value in coverage and cost. To learn more or enroll, visit our website, MomentumPlans.com. That's MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Plans, dental insurance you can smile about.
After a serious truck crash, you need a team who knows how to handle trucking cases and gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. There's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
That wraps up today's Live at 4. Charlotte is in the newsroom with what to expect in our coverage moving forward. Charlotte?
Well, today on News 3 Now at 5, breaking news. Police say 3 people are dead, including 2 children in a Middleton homicide. And our breaking news coverage continues out of Dodge County, where police are investigating 2 people dead at 2 different locations. Thank you for joining our new Live at 4 program. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts now.